Uh, so far it doesn't look like it's gonna affect me too much, but hang on, we're gonna go into Weatherford. Let's go into Weatherford, where they are under a tornado warning. Uh, well, Parker County is under a tornado warning right now. See, look at that. Let's get the Weather
From
Channel
flying
going.
debris. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 8:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for central-wise and northwestern Denton counties.
Let me
At
take a look at the
8:15 p.m.
radar.
Central Daylight Time, a severe
Is there...
thunderstorm was located 7 miles northwest of Crum, or 9 miles west of
I want
Sanger,
to know where this
moving east at
tornado
35
is.
miles per hour.
I wish I had one of
Hazard:
those fancy
snowfall-size
radars.
hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source: radar indicated. Impact: people and animals
Oh,
outdoors will be
oh,
injured.
that was the recent.
Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles.
Holy
Expect wind
crap,
damage to
okay, I'm
roofs,
gonna
siding,
refresh
and
real
trees.
quick.
The severe storm will be near Sanger around 8:20 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Other locations impacted by the severe thunderstorm include Stony, Ponder, Greenwood, Bolivar, Slidell, Dish, Cottondale, and Lake Ray Roberts. A tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time for north central Texas. For your protection, stay inside a sturdy structure and keep away from windows. Now let's check on your local forecast for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms. A chance of showers. Lows in the lower
Oh my
70s.
goodness, I can't do this.
South winds
It's more
10 to 15
forecasts.
miles an hour.
Hi, Thomas.
Chance of rain 50%. Monday,
Um,
mostly cloudy in the morning, then becoming mostly sunny. A chance of showers. A chance of thunderstorms. Some thunderstorms may be severe in the afternoon.
let's see what...
Humid with highs in the upper 80s. South
Right
winds 10
here,
to
right
15
here.
miles an hour, increasing to 15 to 20 miles an hour in the afternoon. Chance of rain 50%.
Ooh, someone
Monday
liked
night,
the stream.
mostly clear.
Sweet.
A 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening. Some thunderstorms may be
Alright.
severe. Lows in the mid-60s.
Alright, tornado
South winds 10
warning.
to 15 miles an hour, becoming southwest 5 to 10 miles an hour after midnight. Tuesday,
Toggle
sunny.
radar, toggle radar.
Less
Let's
humid with
toggle the
highs in the
radar.
lower 80s.
Oh, that's what it
Northwest winds
does.
5 to 10
Oh,
miles an
man.
hour. The current time is 8:25 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
What app are you using?
You're listening
I'm
to NOAA
using
All Weather
this random
24
website I
through the
found
National
on the
Weather Service,
Safari Tornado
station KEC
HQ.
55.
We're
Serving
tracking
the
a tornado
Dallas-Fort Worth
near in
listening
Parker
area.
County, Texas.
The National Weather
Oh,
Service in Fort Worth has issued a severe
oh, that's
thunderstorm
not
warning
it.
for north central
I'm
Erath
also
County
using
in northern
the
Central
Weather
Texas,
Channel
southern
too.
Parker County in north central Texas, southeastern Palo Pinto County in north central
So
Texas,
far,
northern Hood
we
County
are
in north central Texas
um
until 9:30 p.m. Central
Parker
Daylight Time.
County,
At
not so
8:10 p.m.
much.
Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Santel, or 17 miles south of Mineral Wells, moving east at 30 miles per hour. This is a destructive storm for southern Palo Pinto, southern Parker County, northeast Erath County, and northern Hood counties.
I actually took a video of
Hazard:
this. Hang on.
baseball-size hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source: radar indicated. Impact: people and animals outdoors will be severely injured. Expect shattered windows, extensive damage to roofs, siding, and vehicles. Locations impacted include Lipan, Palo Pinto, Santo, Dennis, Cool, Hudson Oaks, Weatherford, Western Lake, Willow Park, Acton, Bennett, Lake Weatherford, Wapples, New Salem, Tantop, Horseshoe Bend, Brazos, Anetta North, Oak Trail Shores,
Let's see what
and
this
Broad Junction.
is.
This includes Interstate 20
Oh
between
yeah,
mile markers
tornado
370
watch.
and 417. A tornado watch remains in effect until 10
We've
p.m.
also got a
Central
tornado
Daylight Time for north
warning.
central Texas.
This
Prepare for
county
large
right
hail and
here,
damaging
tornado
winds.
warning, Parker County.
People outside should move immediately to shelter inside a strong building. Stay away from windows. The National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a tornado
Oh,
warning for
here.
southern Parker County in north central Texas, southeastern Palo Pinto County in north central Texas, northern Hope County in north central Texas. A tornado warning remains in effect until 9:15
Is
p.m.
this thing
Central
okay?
Daylight Time for southern Parker, southeastern Palo Pinto and northern Hood counties. At 8:26 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near La Pan, or 18 miles northwest of Granbury, moving east at 25 miles per hour.
I wish there was a better tornado
This is a
tracker on
particularly
here.
dangerous situation. Take cover now. Hazard, damaging tornado. Source, radar indicated rotation.
This is the best we have
You're
here.
in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. Locations impacted include Rye Pan, Stockton Bend, Dennis, Anetta South, Western Lake, Wapples, New Salem, Tantop, Horseshoe Bend, Anetta North, Oak Trail Shores, Crescent, Brock, Aledo, Willow Park, Lake Granbury, and Granbury. Tornadoes are extremely difficult to see and confirm at night.
Yeah.
Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now. Tornado watch number 288 remains in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Texas: Dallas, Denton, Ellis, Hood, Johnson, Parker, Somerville, Tarrant, and Wise. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds in and close to the watched area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA weather radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 8:45 p.m. Central
So
Daylight
far,
Time for Central-Wise and Northwestern
Fort Worth
Western
looks
counties.
like it's not getting any tornadoes.
At 8:15 p.m. Central
Anetta
Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm
is
was
probably
located
taking.
7 miles northwest of Crum, or 9 miles west of Sanger, moving
Hang
east
on.
at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, ping pong ball size hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, people and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. The severe storm will be near Sanger around 8:20 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
Where is this?
Other locations impacted by the severe thunderstorm include Stony, Ponder, Greenwood, Bolivar, Slidell, Dish, Cottondale, and Lake Ray Roberts. A tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time for north central Texas. For your protection, stay inside a sturdy structure and keep away from windows. A
Okay.
tornado warning remains in effect until
we could go
9:15
to
p.m.
Dish.
Central Daylight Time
We
for
could go to
southern
Dish.
Parker, southeastern Palo Pinto, and northern Hood counties. At 8:26 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near La Pan, or 18 miles northwest of Granbury, moving east at 25 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation.
Where is?
Take cover now. Hazard, damaging tornado. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed.
Oh,
Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. Locations impacted include Rye Pan, Stockton Bend, Dennis, Anetta South, Western Lake, Wapples, New Salem, Tantop, Horseshoe Bend, Anetta North, Oak Trail Shores, Crescent, Brock, Aledo, Willow Park, Lake Granbury, and Granbury. Tornadoes are extremely difficult to see and confirm at night. Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now. Now let's check on your local forecast.
If you are in
for
any of
Dallas,
these
Fort Worth
locations,
Metroplex.
just take
Tornado
shelter.
Watch 288 in effect until 10 p.m. this evening. Rest of tonight, mostly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms. A chance of showers. Lows in the lower 70s. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 50%. Monday, mostly cloudy in the morning.
Alright, to the 4 people watching, do any of you live in these cities right here? If you do, take cover now.
Some thunderstorms
Or maybe
may
you're
be
already
severe
in cover,
the
but I
afternoon.
don't... Whatever.
Humid with highs in the upper 80s. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, increasing to 15 to 20 miles an hour in the afternoon. Chance of rain 50%.
Let's take a look at the
Monday
radar.
night, mostly clear. A 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening. Some thunderstorms may be severe.
Oh, who's texting
Lows in
me?
the mid-60s.
Oh, it's just,
South winds 10 to
let me
15
turn
miles
these
an hour, becoming
notification
southwest
sounds
5
off.
to 10 miles an
So,
hour after midnight.
if I'm able to...
Tornado watch number 288 remains in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and now includes the
Bro,
following
the dish
counties:
soap is still out
Texas,
there.
Dallas, Denton, Ellis,
Hang on,
Johnson, and Tarrant. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail and damaging winds, in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 9:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for southern Parker, southeastern Palo Pinto, and northern Hood counties. At 8:31 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Lipan, or 16 miles south of Mineral Wells, moving east at 25 miles per hour. This is a destructive storm for southeast Palo Pinto County, southern Parker County, and northern Hood County. Hazard: baseball-size hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source: trained weather spotters. At 8:27 p.m. Central Daylight Time, golf ball-size hail was reported on I-20 near Santo with this storm. Impact: people and animals outdoors will be severely injured. Expect shattered windows, extensive damage to roofs, siding, and vehicles. Locations impacted include Lipan, Dennis, Cool, Hudson Oaks, Weatherford, Western Lake, Willow Park, Acton, Bennett, Lake Weatherford, Wapples, New Salem, Tintop, Horseshoe Bend, Broslers, Annetta North, Oak Trail Shores, Brock Junction, Stockton Bend, and Annetta South. A tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time for north central Texas. For your protection, stay inside a sturdy structure and keep away from windows.
No.
Continuous cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. The current time is 8:34 p.m. Central Daylight Time. You are listening to NOAA All Hazards Radio, the voice of the National Weather Service, station KEC 55, serving the Dallas-Fort Worth listening area. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 8:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for central-wise and northwestern Denton counties. At 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles northwest of Crum, or 9 miles west of Sanger, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard: ping-pong ball-size hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source:
Oh, there's
radar
more
indicated.
states being affected.
Impact: people and
Let's take a
animals
look at
outdoors will
other
be injured.
places.
Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows,
What's
and
going on
vehicles.
over here?
Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. The severe storm will be near Sanger around 8:20 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Other locations impacted by this severe thunderstorm include Stony, Ponder, Greenwood, Bolivar, Slidell, Dish,
Arkansas.
Cottondale, and Lake Ray Roberts. A tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time for north central Texas. For your protection, stay inside a sturdy structure and keep away from windows. A tornado warning remains in effect until 9:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time for southern Parker, southeastern Palo Pinto, and northern Hood counties. At 8:26 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Lipan, or 18 miles northwest of Granbury, moving east at 25 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation.
Now, let's take a look at the...
Hazard: damaging tornado.
Let's take a look at someone's YouTube video or live stream.
Impact:
Or
you are in a life-threatening situation.
tornado.
Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed.
Let's take a look at one of these people. Let's look at WFAA.
Vehicles is likely and completely
I hate these stupid ads.
Locations impacted include Lipan, Cinnamon Bend, Dennis,
If this goes into tornado emergency,
Western Lake,
yeah, let's hope it doesn't go into tornado emergency.
Horseshoe Bend, Ameta North, Oak Trail Shores, Crescent,
I
Rock, Aledo, Willow Park, Lake Granbury, and Granbury. Tornadoes are extremely difficult to see and confirm at night. Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now.
Oh, it's this guy. Is this the guy who was like, everyone McKinney's dead? Oh.
So it's Northern Hood, anywhere from Lipan. It's north of you in Granbury. Granbury, you're not under the tornado warning. Lipan, northwestern corner of the county, you absolutely are. But this storm will arrive in Dennis at 8:40, Tin Top at 8:55, Baker at 9:08, Annetta South at 9:19, Crescent 9:26, Wheatland at 9:34. Now Crowley, you're over here. You're southern Tarrant County. So it's going to be kind of in the south central part of Tarrant County. This projection has it there in about an hour and a half.
Oh, dear.
9:59. This system's not moving very fast. At one point, its forward speed was about 30 to 35 miles an hour. Unfortunately, it's slowed down. It's slowed down. It's ingesting more air. It's really taken on a life of its own. Again, it's a supercell. It's one single thunderstorm that's creating all of these problems, and hopefully it won't create more. But there's not a whole lot of I don't want to try to find the best word. I'm hopeful that with the cap in place across the Metroplex, this system, as it approaches Tarrant County, a more populated area, obviously, as it approaches a more populated area, I'm hoping it runs into the cap and it just shuts down. Right now, though, we'll have to keep an eye on it. We certainly will. 10 seconds till we go back to American Idol. We will stay on WFAA Plus. Download WFAA Plus on your TV right now. Back to Idol. Okay, I believe we are back on WFAA Plus right now. Okay, so this is what we have. Just a quick recap here. Jason, let's go back and show folks from the beginning. Let's show the tornado watch that's in place across the area. Not much happening in the Metroplex right now. It's 8:39 at night. So we have a tornado watch until 10 o'clock tonight. And Jason, take your time to go ahead and load that up.
Let's put this on full screen.
The Dallas-Fort Worth area and all locations off to the west. Okay, and Cassie, if you have a second while I'm talking, if you could post that tornado watch, the updated graph. I just want everyone on social on Sunday night at 8:39. I want everyone.
Yeah, this is not how we wanted to spend our Sunday.
Is now under a tornado watch, and that goes until 10 o'clock. But as Jason's right here now with me, Jason Joseph, our weather producer. We're talking about this Denton County, Wise County thunderstorm warning that goes until 8:45. Storms over Wise and Denton County and really the southern portion of Cook County, it's weakened quite a bit. So that warning is going to expire here very shortly. But right now, I'm just concerned up here that expires at 8:45. So that's in 5 minutes. So this right now, this is just a prolific lightning producer. And a lot of
Let me head on over to the radar, my radar.
This is to expire, okay, in 4 minutes. At that point, then we're going to have one. And Jason, let's take a look.
I really wish my weather
across the rest of North Texas, because we do have some thunderstorms up in Cook County, but the rest of Collin County.
I want to see.
Big part of Dallas County's dry.
That worked.
All of Tarrant County's dry. I mean, this is all we have is this one thunderstorm.
Oh my, look at all the tornadoes and wildfires too. And wind and no rain. That is a lot of tornado. Oh, they're just severe icons.
Most likely south of downtown Fort Worth, the northern part of Johnson County. So Jason, we can zoom into that now and we'll put a track on that one more time.
Weather warning.
Let me show folks, kind of shift the map back a little more, because I just want you to be able to see what's happening. These towns in Tarrant. You can zoom in just a tad more for me, please. A couple more towns in southern Tarrant County. Yeah, so that's perfect. That's perfect right there. So here's our center of circulation. It's right there by the Brazos River. You live in Crescent, Burleson, Benbrook, Joshua, Godley. I mean, all of these areas. This warning that really kind of almost stops right before you get to the Tarrant County line. That's where this storm's moving. And it'll be 10 tops out here in the southern part of Parker County. 849 is when it'll be there. Center Mill is in the far northern part of Hood County. You start to get into some of these other locations, Annetta South, 912, Baker, 901's your arrival time, Crescent, 919, Iona, 927, Benbrook, very populated, of course, here in southwest, just southwest of downtown Fort Worth. Hopefully it falls apart before it gets into these really, really populated areas. But right now, I'm very concerned about this tornado warned storm. There is a warning for Hood, Palo Pinto, Parker until 9:15. Hood, Palo Pinto, and Parker County, south of Weatherford, north of Granbury, anywhere between Weatherford and Granbury. If you live in Annetta South, you live in Crescent, you need to stay alert. I know, Teresa, you're here in the studio with us. Do you have a microphone on?
I live near Benbrook.
Yeah, and when you get a chance, I'd just like to find out. I know you've talked to some emergency managers.
Hello, four
give us an update,
people.
please.
How are we doing? How's the weather for y'all? For me, not so good. I might get
Hello,
a
can you hear
tornado
me now?
warning here
Okay, I believe it's
soon.
on now. My apologies. Pete, jump in if you
We're
need to
watching
interrupt me.
WFAA right
But
now
we
on
have reached out to
YouTube.
folks who are in Santo,
Occasionally
and I'm
hitting on
trying
to
to go through
the
my email to
weather.
find exactly what we learned. We talked with the folks at a travel center that's located at 281 and I-20 in Santo, the Maverick Travel Center. They had 60 to 70 people inside that travel center trying to take cover as this storm was moving through. They told us their focus was on keeping people safe, but they did have 60
I'm
to
nervous.
70 people trying to take shelter from the storm as it was coming through. We have also heard that there is a wreck on I-20 at 281.
Worst
We're
time.
trying to get some more information about exactly what may be involved in that and whether that could have been related to storm damage as well. So just to kind of give folks a little bit of an idea of what our
Oh, flash flood warning.
The National Weather Service in
No.
flood warning for Wise County in north central Texas until 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 8:43 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 3 inches of rain have fallen. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source: radar. Impact: flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Decatur, Bridgeport, Briar, Pecan Acres, Rome, Haslett, New Fairview, Aurora, Boyd, Paradise, Newark, Keeter, Cottondale, Greenwood, and Slidell. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be especially cautious at night when it is harder to recognize the dangers of flooding. Tornado watch number 288.
Our meteorologists stay on top of it as it is unfolding, and then the news crews come in after it has come through to check out and see what any potential damage might be. One, I guess, bright spot is that some of these are less populated areas.
Whoever who just joined the live stream, we just had a flash flood warning issued and you totally missed it. Yeah, I'm really sorry, y'all.
We hope that you're not experiencing damage, but
we are looking at WFAA's weather
most populated areas
radar right now.
involved in any of the most extensive warnings.
One quick update. I'm just kind of behind the scenes here, looking at the radar itself and the circulation right now on this in southern Parker County. It's broadened a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to say it's weakened. I don't want people to think that, but it's certainly broadened out. It's not as tight as it was a few moments ago. That just tells me that maybe at this moment there's not a tornado in progress. Maybe at this moment. But it's been cycling up and down for hours now. Yeah.
It increases in intensity and then it goes back down and then increases once again.
Yeah, it does. I mean these things. Let's Jason loop through that for me if you can, please.
Let's
we'll
take a look
center
at
that out
Benbrook.
and take the radar. I know you guys are working behind the scenes too, so thank you for your patience. But look at that. Yeah, Jason, that's a great. Turn the lightning off if we can, and watch. Are we getting ready to go back on linear?
What just happened? What happened here? Where? Uh-oh.
Hi, everyone. I'm WFA Chief Meteorologist Pete Delkus. We continue with the tornado warning. It's southern Parker.
However you book.
Oh, come on!
Filter out flights using
Seriously?
like
Was that necessary? Was that necessary to put an ad on a serious weather report? Wow.
Spotters that there may have
I
been
totally just missed
three
total
centers of circulation
information that I
with
could have
three
used.
possible tornadoes on the ground at one point. Right now, though, the tornado warning goes until 9:15 for southern Parker and northern Hood County. It's the center of circulation has broadened out a little bit. And again, we're taking a commercial break during American Idol. We're not interrupting American Idol. We've been on for a couple of hours now on our WFAA Plus app. And once this commercial break ends, and how long do we have? Once this commercial break ends, there's 2 minutes left, then you get to go back and watch American Idol, or you can go to WFA Plus and watch our continuous coverage. But it's moving toward you in the southwestern corner of Tarrant County. The circulation has broadened just a little. The only thing that tells me is there's not an ongoing tornado at this moment, but it has done that about a dozen times the last 2 hours that I've been watching this supercell thunderstorm that started north of Abilene. It started out around Albany, Texas, if you know where that is, out in the rolling plains of Texas. That's where it started. But the center of circulation right now, Jason, we could put the circulation icon on. We can then put a track, give people an idea as to when it's going to arrive in these different locations at these times. But it's 8:48 right now, almost 8:49 as this moves toward
It just turned 8:49.
Tarrant County. It'll arrive in Tin Top. That's in southern Parker County. It'll arrive in Tin Top any moment now. It's pouring in Tin Top right now, and I know Tin Top's a tiny town, but of course we want to let everyone know that lives in any of these locations. Center Mill, it'll arrive there at 8:58. Baker at 9:02. Crescent arrive. Annetta South, that will arrive. Now that's just across the Tarrant County line in Parker County. Annetta South, it'll arrive there at 9:14. Crescent, that's that corner here. This is that Johnson County? That's the corner of Johnson County, I believe. It'll arrive in Crescent at 9:20, Wheatland at 9:28, and Benbrook, of course, in Tarrant County, southwest of downtown Fort Worth. That'll arrive in Benbrook at 9:42. This is if it holds together. Again, this has been a really, really powerful supercell thunderstorm, and they are notorious for producing large hail, baseball. We've had reports of tennis ball and baseball size hail already. I have not had any confirmation of any damage tonight. It's been out in a lot of ranch land out to the west of the Metroplex, but we're continuing to watch this. Right now, it's northern Hood, southern Parker County, a tornado warning until 9:15. I'm going to go back on WFAA Plus, and you get to go back to American Idol. We'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, we are back right now on WFAA Plus. We will continue our coverage that we have here. The
There's lightning
tornado
going on out there.
has cycled down for just a bit. I mentioned a moment ago, it's broadened. There's still a really impressive hail core just west of Crescent. So at a minimum, you're looking at some, hail that could be golf ball, the tennis ball size, maybe a little bit larger than that. Trying to get some pictures in. I know we have a reporter that's headed in that direction. In addition to the tennis ball or baseball size hail, I'm also looking at the potential for, I would think, 75 to 80 mile an hour winds, straight line winds with this. I mean, if this supercell starts to fall apart, we're going to have some strong winds. But the Metroplex right now,
I'll be right back. I gotta go.
10 o'clock. It was west of until 10, and now the Metroplex is and the Metroplex that I'm concerned about immediately would be Tarrant County. Johnson in Tarrant County. We have very heavy rain. This is just a heavy rain producer up in Wise County. Denton County, you'll be getting in on that here very shortly. But the biggest area of concern, and Cassie is with Cassie Hyder, meteorologist Cassie Hyder. Cassie, you're with me here too. I don't know if you're on the phone with one of our crews or not. But Cassie, and Jason, go to the velocity data. This has really broadened out pretty significantly, Cassie, in the last 10 minutes.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to the
I
bathroom.
mean, I'm not saying this is because it's certainly not, but boy, this is certainly great news.
Yes, it's definitely kind of broadened out a little bit. Looking at that rotation, if we could go ahead and put that in play mode, I just kind of want to look at the rotation really quick. That's going to be, it looks like it's just going to be north and northwest of Granbury. So we could take it maybe down to 30 minutes or so instead of the full hour. That way I can look at it a little bit more closely about what's been happening as of late. And again, it's definitely cycling. It's going through its motions. Hopefully it continues to weaken, because that's definitely the trend that we've been seeing here over the last several minutes or so. But if we were to have a weak tornado right now, it would be north of Granbury. It's still making its way east. It's not moving very quickly, but if we did, we've got some broad rotation right here. So that's going to be north of Granbury. It's going to be well east of Lipan now. I know obviously we've had confirmation of the tornado that was north of Lipan earlier. It's now going to be well east of you, and it's weakening quite a bit. We're not saying that it's not on the ground. We're not saying that there's not a tornado anymore, but it's definitely come down significantly from what it was. Just here in the past 5 minutes or so, it looks like, I mean, it's still broad, but it's trying to form again. It's trying to strengthen maybe just a little bit. It's not strong by any means, but this is still a dangerous storm. This is still making its way east. And I'm going to put my finger right here. Jason, if we could stop the loop and now put it on reflectivity, and I want to see what it looks like. And there it is. That's exactly where the rotation is. So where it was showing you that rotation was, that's exactly where, if we were to have a tornado, that's where it would be. So it's going to stay well north of Granbury. And the thing about this particular storm, earlier it was definitely looking like it was probably rain wrapped, okay? That's not necessarily the case anymore. There's still going to be a lot of rain, obviously, with this. The hail core is going to be just north of there. This is going to continue to move off to the east, but this is still looking like a classic Hook echo to me. So we're not in the clear just yet. If you're in Granbury, it looks like it's going to stay well north of you. I think you're in the clear right now, Granbury. But off to the east, Crescent, you're right in the path of this storm. So if you know anyone in Crescent, or maybe anyone traveling on Highway 377, you want to go ahead and give them a call, give them a heads up, and let them know what's coming, because you do not want to be in the path of this storm. We actually do have Adriana. She's one of our reporters, and I was talking with her about where she is. Jason, actually, if you could put our storm chaser on here, I know we can actually kind of see their GPS of where they are. I just want to continue to make sure she's safe. And I know where she was. She was near Arlington, and they told her to go west on 20.
All right, I'm back.
Give her a call.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm back,
make sure
everyone.
Yeah, and she is definitely far away from where that tornado is, but she's going to be moving west on
And
it.
we also make sure that
Yeah,
our-
you can actually see her behind you. You've got her GPS. You see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah, she's
fine.
way out of the way.
We had a
Whew,
reporter one time.
okay.
Remember Sebastian Robinson? Yeah.
How is everyone right now?
I vividly remember that.
Yeah,
That
it was a tennis ball size, baseball.
I'm
size.
gonna
So
log into my laptop
we didn't
real
know north,
quick.
south, east, or west, but we do training every spring in March to make sure everyone's up to speed on that. So we do have some.
Hello to the
suppliers
6
that are
people watching this
reporting
live stream.
some rotation with this. As Cassie mentioned just a moment ago, and I mentioned too, the rotation is broadened out. That doesn't mean that this supercell, it may have just cycled down for a moment and then it's going to pick back up. But we're still seeing another hook that's trying to develop here. So this is just north of it, clear down to Granbury. Now Crescent is right here on the Johnson. This is Hood. It's on the Johnson-Hood County line. So that's the area of Parker. Or I'm sorry, there's Tarrant. Here's Parker. So Creston's right here on the county line. So if you
Rotation's
live in
right
Creston,
here.
man, you have to take shelter. I want you to know this storm will arrive in Creston in about 20 minutes. But don't wait 20 minutes. I would go to your safe room now. Keep it here on WFAA Plus, and we will certainly keep you updated on what's taking place. Teresa, I know you've been here in the studio this evening. I know you're talking to some folks. You gave us an update a minute ago. Anything new that you'd like to share?
My microphone is on. Yes, I can tell you that we did. I mentioned earlier we knew of a potential accident at I-20 and Highway 281. We did get confirmation that I'm sorry, I'm looking through a bunch of emails to make sure I say this the right way. That according to the emergency management there, they did confirm that a semi flipped over.
Oh no.
Thankfully, the driver suffered minor injuries only.
good.
We didn't have any, the emergency management officer we spoke with didn't have any other details to report. Also, I wanted to tell you that I did hear from our Bud Kennedy, who is a contributor here to our political show, and Bud was saying that the sirens were going off in Alito, so a lot of folks are probably wondering exactly what's happening in their area.
Well, if you're in
taking
Alito,
shelter
watch
from
the
hearing some
Weather
sirens.
Channel or something.
But in addition, we are continuing to work on finding out information about Santo. That's an area where I'm seeing a lot of pictures and images on social media. No reports of major damage or anything like that yet, but a lot of people talking about what they experienced when this was coming through. I mentioned earlier that there's a travel center at 281 and I-20, the Maverick Travel Center, and we were on the phone earlier with the shift manager there, and he was talking about 60 to 70 people taking shelter. And I think that's an area where Cassie earlier was saying that there could be some very large hail that was falling there. Yeah.
Reports of any damage there?
So as of right now, we don't have damage reports confirmed. We do have that one report of potentially, you know,
What do
a
we have
semi
here?
that had blown over at I-20 and 281. And then we also have a report of the potential of maybe like a gas leak at one of the school district facilities there in Santo. But
Okay.
I don't have any reports as of right now that there is damage in any of these areas to homes or things like that. Doesn't mean it's not out there. You know how this works? It's a Sunday night, it's late, and it takes a while for emergency management and first responders to maybe get out and check and see and confirm that there is damage. But as of now, I'm not seeing anything widespread or major,
Okay.
and that's certainly good news, Pete.
No, that is good news. Now, that's the good news. Let me give you the bad news is the center of circulation is starting to tighten.
Why does it keep doing that? Alright.
Well, hi again, everyone. I'm WFA Chief Meteorologist Pete Delka. So a minute before the top of the hour here at 8:59 right now, we still have a tornado warning in effect for a southern part of Parker County. It's moving toward you in the southwestern corner of Tarrant County and northern Johnson County. If you live in Crescent, you need to go to your safe space. The last time we talked was about 10 minutes ago or so, and the supercell had started to broaden out a little bit. Unfortunately, the circulation has tightened back up. So these things, I've mentioned this throughout the evening, these supercell thunderstorms, they strengthen, they weaken, they strengthen, they weaken. It goes through its life cycle, and it's intensifying yet again. There's still no indication at this moment that we have an active tornado. This is Doppler radar indicated, but you know, you look at Doppler radar for this long, and there's just some signatures on Doppler radar that tell you we most likely will have, if this thing doesn't weaken again, we most likely will have another touchdown. We've had several reports tonight from chasers that are out, and I know it was out west of the Metroplex, a lot of ranches out there, but we've had multiple reports from chasers tonight confirming that we've certainly had possibly several tornadoes, several touchdowns from this one supercell thunderstorm. And quite candidly, we may have had several different tornadoes with the one supercell in addition to the multiple touchdowns. So that's what we're watching right now. We don't have any reports of any damage. We've had Teresa Woodard's with me here in the studio. She told me that a semi was blown over.
Here.
Teresa, was that
This
off?
is what they're using here.
I-20 and 281. So a semi
All
was
right.
blown over right on the interstate. So right there at 281, here's the Brazos River. There's our circulation. I mean, this is a classic supercell. Look at the hook on this. And as this system continues to move off to the east, we'll put a track on it. But just know at this moment, and for 15 more minutes, Hood and Parker County, you're under a tornado warning. Unless something dramatically changes with this, Tarrant County, you're going to have a tornado warning here very shortly. Crescent, you're right. Crescent's right on the Johnson-Hood County line. Crescent, you need to be in your safe place. Center Mill, that storm is there right now. It'll arrive in Baker at 9:05. There's the arrival time for Crescent, so 19 minutes from now. Wheatland, here in the southwestern corner of Tarrant County. Wheatland, it'll arrive at 9:31 in your location. I know this is the American Idol finale tonight. We are interrupting the commercial break, not the actual show, the commercial break, to just give you a quick update. We've been streaming all night on our TV app, WFAA Plus. We're going to continue to do that. Jason, put up the tornado watch because
Is it raining out there?
10 o'clock tonight. So all of Dallas-Fort Worth in locations west under a tornado watch until 10. We have one thunderstorm, one supercell thunderstorm as we go back to the radar. One supercell thunderstorm that's in southern Parker County, and it's moving toward you in southern Tarrant County. That tornado warning goes for Hood and Parker County until 9:15, and it will most likely be extended into Tarrant. Right now, though, back to idle. Okay, we are continuing here on WFAA Plus. As I mentioned, the circulation with this, unfortunately, does look like it's tightening back up just to the west of Crescent. Crescent is in this area here, Hood and Parker County.
Move indoors immediately.
I am getting some
A
reports.
tornado warning
of some
remains in effect
minor
until
damage in a couple
9:15
of
p.m.
different
Central
locations
Daylight Time for
across,
Southeast.
they're just coming in right now, but a little bit of minor damage. It looks like maybe some type of shed, some type of metal barn structure that might have been knocked over. It doesn't look significant at all, but nonetheless, I don't have any indication right now of an active tornado. It's radar, Doppler radar is showing us that we do have a possible tornado, and we know we have a supercell thunderstorm right now. Lee, how much time do we have before the next one? About another 10, 15 minutes or so? And just let me know how long we have during that break. Nope, no problem at all. Okay, tornado warning. It does continue for Hood and Parker County until 9:15. There's our center of circulation. There's our supercell thunderstorm. Cassie, I know you're behind the scenes there. Could you do this? I'd like to, do you know where Albany, Texas is, north of Abilene? From Abilene or Albany, north of Abilene, to where this current storm is, tell me how, or Jason, you can do that. Just put a quick track, zoom into Albany out here, and go in a little bit more. There's Roby. A little bit more. Oh, wrong county. Here we go.
Here it is.
I had my A's mixed up. Anson. So from Albany, that's where this thunderstorm developed. It was kind of in this area right here, between Abilene and Albany. Kind of wondering how far that distance is. That started at 5:30. 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. So we're 3.5 hours into this. Started at 5:30 out by, so Jason, do a quick, just a distance marker there for me. From right here, the corner of these two counties, where this, all the way over to where it is now. I'm just kind of curious as to how far this has traveled. About 100 miles, a little over 100 miles. This thing's been on the ground for over 100 miles. To the Tarrant County line, Jason, what is that, about 110, 115? Yeah. Okay, about 115. Maybe a little more, maybe 120, okay. Okay, let's go back to the track. You can see, I mean, look at the lightning with this system. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, so been on the ground since about 5:30. Yes, absolutely. I didn't want to tell people that are watching American Idol that, but that's our procedure. Once they issue a tornado warning for Tarrant County, we will go on the air live, and we will stay on live. Of course, Tarrant County, one of the most populated counties in the state of Texas. So we have a service to provide. We're here on WFA Plus. We're going to do the same thing on broadcast TV as well. And I would think that we certainly would have a tornado warning. Cassie, I'd be shocked if Tarrant County doesn't have a tornado warning here very shortly. I would think in the next, before 9:30, we most likely would have that.
Probably, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They haven't mentioned anything about that.
Yeah.
In fact, it looks like someone is, they're asking about that. Other meteorologists are asking about that in the
Yeah.
National Weather Service chat to see if they're officially going to do that or not. I
Yeah.
certainly, if I lived in Southwest Tarrant County, I would be on the lookout.
Yeah, no, I
for
agree. Jason, let's put a track on that just so folks can see where it is right now, if you don't mind. Put a track, we can show where it is and when it will arrive in these next locations. And give folks an idea just so they can prepare. We've been mentioning that you need to take shelter as quickly as you can. This storm will arrive in Crescent at 9:20. So arrival time in Crescent is at 9:20. Wheatland's at 9:30. Crowley, now that's at Wheatland is in in Tarrant County. Crowley, of course, in southern Tarrant County. That'll arrive there at 9:55. Edgecliff Village at 9:57 in Burleson. That'll arrive in Burleson at 10:01. So those are the latest times that we have for the current tornado warned storm, a supercell thunderstorm in Hood and Parker County. Okay. I will tell you the core aloft with this storm has weakened considerably just in the last few minutes. Wow, look at that. It's weakened considerably in the last few minutes, along with an abrupt drop in lightning, suggesting that the updraft, thank goodness, I hope this continues, the updraft may be collapsing. So there's nothing for certain that Tarrant will be under this, but I do wonder.
Well,
if
right
it
now we're
continues
getting
to collapse
something.
like this, that would all be complements of the cap. So are we going to a break?
No, don't go into a break.
Waiting for the hub, Jason? Put reflectivity back on when you have a chance. There we go. Okay. Haven't gone to the break yet? Well, I think we're getting ready to go to commercial.
Don't go to
Waiting for Ryan
commercial.
Seacrest. As you're on WFA Plus, you see what my life has been like for the last 30 years as we stand here getting ready for Ryan Seacrest or whoever to send us to a commercial break. We're getting ready to go now. We may be singing another song, so we're going to continue here on WFA Plus. Is that correct, Lee? Taking my cues from Lee Morris behind the camera here. Okay, so we are still on, I know we've been on WFA Plus, just continue. Okay, so yeah, so once again, as we look at this supercell thunderstorm trying to collapse right now, again, it's weakened considerably in the last few radar runs. Jason, keep that up. Let me check something off camera here. I just want to look at an analysis tool that I have back here, just so I can see what's happening with this. And I'm also looking at the lightning going down. Oh, that's great. Do you want to keep that there with you? Okay, let me take this.
Alright, so this here looks like the storm.
Boy, I tell you what, Cassie, the lightning has really gone down with this also, hasn't it?
Come down, and also the hail core has come down. I was noticing that because earlier, I mean, it was looking like.
So is it
a
gonna head
damaging
into?
element. We
Is
were
Tarrant
seeing,
County gonna get a tornado
baseball-sized
warning?
hail and
Or?
potentially softball-sized hail. And Jason's looking at our hail detector right now, and the latest is showing just how quickly that hail core has really come down. The latest is showing that hail core approaching Highway 377.
So it looks like the
and
storm
right
is
now,
coming down a little bit. I'm gonna go
that
into
hail,
the Weather
nearly
Channel.
Not even really. It doesn't even look severe anymore at that point.
Cassie, let me ask you this question. As I'm sitting here looking at this, and
Let's
we
go
know these
into
things
the Weather Channel.
I
Our
have
wonderful,
any
wonderful Weather Channel.
or what the position of the cap is since that 3 o'clock observation that we had. Do you think it is running into the cap here in the Metroplex?
I think it's definitely, we're going to be a little bit more stable over the Metroplex, especially just because of, we've already seen quite a few rain and thunderstorms throughout the day, so it's not as clean of an environment for the storms to just thrive on. It's definitely not showing that it's just going to be completely gone by any means, but you can see for yourself just how much
Oh,
this storm
look how
has come
hot
down,
that woman
especially in
is.
size. It was taking up almost the whole county, but now it's nearly half of that. And I was looking at the Ville product, and that's going to be our storm strength product. I love looking at that because it really shows you just how big this storm was. It's still a strong storm. It's still technically severe. We still have a tornado warning technically on it, but you can see
It's
just
expiring
how big,
in
this
4
storm
minutes.
was. And now, yes,
Because it
it's still
says
strong,
tornado warning
but
until
the
9:15. It's 9:11 right now. And we're getting an ad for K Jewelers. Well, we don't like K Jewelers. And it's the black screen again. The black screen. And it's Okay, so it's not an ad. Oh, weather impact alert.
Well, good evening again, everyone. WFA Chief Meteorologist Pete Delkus, 9/11. Okay, a little good news. Let me start with that. Let me start with the bad news. We have a tornado warning for Parker County. Okay, that's the bad news. The good news is this storm, as we take a look, it is almost collapsing right now and falling apart. The storm has weakened considerably. It was a formidable supercell thunderstorm, and literally since the last time we talked 10-15 minutes ago, it's had an abrupt drop in lightning strikes, suggesting
Y'all wanna see the
updraft-
radar real
it
quick?
looks like it's collapsing right now. Right now, the
Look
tornado threat
at
has diminished
that.
significantly here just in the last 5 or 10 minutes. So the tornado warning is going
Fort Worth
to be
might get
allowed
something.
to-
Oh.
The National Weather issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Johnson County in north central Texas, southeastern Parker County in north central Texas, southwestern Tarrant County in north central Texas, northeastern Hood County in north central Texas until 10:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 9:10 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Aneta, or 11 miles west of Benbrook, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Benbrook, Edgecliff Village, Aledo, Burleson, Aneta South, Edgecliff, Forest Hill, Benbrook Lake, Everman, Crowley, Rendon, Aneta, Crescent, Aneta North, Cross Timber, Bear Oaks, Kennedale, Westover Hills, Fort Worth, and Lake Arlington. This includes the following highways: Interstate 35W between mile markers 32 and 51. Interstate 20 between mile markers 420 and 442. Interstate 30 between mile markers 1 and 18. A tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time for north central Texas. For your protection, get inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows.
At least it's not a tornado warning.
warning for that has been in effect for Parker County is over with. That has now expired. A severe thunderstorm warning, and Cassie, that severe thunderstorm warning goes. Meteorologist Cassie Hyder been here with me all evening in the Weather Center. That goes until 10:15, and that's for some quarter-size hail and some 60-mile-an-hour winds, not the baseball-size hail and not the supercell thunderstorm. So certainly great news here at 9:15 on a Sunday night. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to stay on WFAA Plus until the 10 o'clock news begins, unless this thing just collapses and we just have a little bit of rain. But we're going to send you back to American Idol. We'll have comprehensive coverage of the day's news. I'll take the next commercial break as well and give you another update. But we'll have everything tonight on WFAA at 10. We'll see you in a few more minutes.
All right. See you in a few minutes.
Okay, we are back in Idle right now. And Cassie, man, this is like great news. Jason, take a break.
Yeah.
Jason Joseph is taking a bit of a break, has to go get a drink of water, and you know the other stuff too that happens when you've been sitting here for, I don't know what we all got here this afternoon. Hood County, Johnson County, Parker County, severe thunderstorm warning until 10:15. Teresa Woodard has been here with us throughout the evening as well. The news was at 5:30 tonight. Teresa's been here as she is every weekend, holding the fort down. Teresa, give us an update on what you're seeing. Certainly good news tonight with this supercell that has now collapsed.
Yeah.
And the tornado threat, I'm not going to say it's gone to zero, but it's pretty darn close to that right now.
Well, I can tell you that I feel like my heart rate may be slowing down just a little bit, Pete, knowing
Mine too.
that the tornado warning was starting to inch closer and closer towards some of our more populated areas. So definitely
Such as
able to take a
Benbrook,
breath and
Edgecliff Village. I think
maybe
it's pretty
cross our fingers
populated.
that continues. So let's talk a little bit about what we do know. We have been on the phone, and I think we're trying to make connections with the Palo Pinto Emergency Management Coordinator. We're hoping that we can maybe talk with him live if we can make connections. He has been bringing us up to speed on some of the things that they experienced in Palo Pinto County tonight. I know, Pete, one of the areas that you and Cassie have talked about is Santo. That's at I-20 and 281. It's not on the map right now because it's not in the area that is involved in these thunderstorm warnings now. It's to the west. But that's the area that we were hearing about. You know, I'm not going to call it damage, but I'm just going to say some minor. There was a crash on the interstate. Thankfully, the semi driver's okay, but we know that a semi was blown over at 281 and I-20. And then we also there you go. Now we're kind of in that area. You can see 281 and I-20 there. That's the area where I'm talking about, where we know that there were some issues from whatever blew through. We also know that there was a report of maybe a gas leak at one of the Santo ISD facilities there. But again, we're working on getting some confirmation about whether there was anything more major than this. Right now, we continue to just work our sources with some volunteer fire departments, some of the sheriff's departments, some of the local police departments. I'll kind of reiterate what I said earlier, is that sometimes late on a Saturday or Sunday night, it's difficult to get in touch with some of these emergency departments because they're short-staffed and everybody they do have is out trying to respond to calls. But we're continuing to work on that. And the good news is that we're not seeing a ton of reports of anything major. Certainly
That's
seeing
good.
some posts from people who were taking cover inside their safe rooms, inside their homes, who were out, getting video of very scary looking clouds and a lot of
That's Texan.
wind and a lot
That's
of
Texan
rain.
behavior.
But thankfully, it doesn't seem as if we are in a position where we're going to have widespread damage at this moment.
Let's see what
At least
people have
none
to
that
say
we have
up
heard
on-
of as of right now.
I don't want
Again,
to
as I was
log
saying,
in
sort of what
Facebook.
happens
I
in
just
the
want to take a
moment,
look
you
at some
have
posts on
Meteorologist Pete
Facebook.
Delkus and Cassie Hyder out here,
Okay, Mom, I'll
keeping
log
you
into
protected,
Facebook.
keeping you safe, keeping you up to date. And
menu.
then we in the newsroom come sort of behind and are talking with the emergency responders about exactly what they're seeing. It takes them a moment to get out to the scene. They have to wait for, the bad weather to clear and for it to be safe for them to travel out there and check and see if there is damage in their community. So, yeah, absolutely.
Let me ask you a question. I'm hearing, and I do not have this confirmed at all, but I'm hearing that Gordon has been hit.
Ooh.
And there's damage in the community of Gordon, Texas. Now that's right along I-20.
So, yeah.
Is that what you said earlier?
Well, no, I'm glad you said that because I have seen that. I have not seen
let's see where
confirmation
Gordon
of that. And
is.
so is that in your weather?
No, it's just what someone texted me.
Okay,
But
okay.
I don't
Take a
know
look
if
at
it's true
Gordon.
or not.
Same.
Palo Pinto County.
Something else when you
Yep.
were talking.
Yeah.
I just want to make
All
sure
right.
that.
Yep. I have asked our newsroom to work on trying to get in touch with anybody in Gordon.
Let's take a look at the radar.
In Palo Pinto County, I believe.
Our
And so
biggest
if
interest
anyone
was
from
Ben
that
Brooks,
Palo Pinto,
Texas.
Emergency management coordinator. I think he could potentially be able to answer that. But Pete, you're right. I've seen chatter that there was some
man.
damage in Gordon. Because until we have it confirmed from some official source.
This
I
is
like
a
to always
slow
say
laptop.
exactly what we're seeing on the socials.
And it wouldn't be surprising. I would be surprised if we don't have damage at least near Gordon,
So-
at least and Strawn.
Strawn,
also.
that was the other, and I think
Yeah.
I also saw Ranger.
Ranger's right there.
Yeah, those are some of the communities. I mentioned Santo because that's the one that we have at least had some confirmation from the emergency management folks that we had the semi that was blown over and that we had maybe a gas leak at it.
Well, look at this right there.
But the other communities
All right,
are
where was
definitely
that?
communities
Let's
that
take a look at
are
the
in that
hourly.
safe path. And I know, as Pete said,
What does the
we'll be
hourly
surprised
have to say? Huh?
if we do find out that there's damage there.
Alright.
We're working the folks, we're working
Storms
the
likely to end around 10:45
but yeah,
p.m.
you're
Damaging
right. And
winds,
given
large
the
hail,
damage
and possibly a
that we
tornado
see,
with some storms.
of the dark
Well, for right
clouds
now, we
and
don't
some
have
of
a
the,
high tornado
wind
threat,
that was
but
picking up. I mean, you're right. It
9:30, all these strong
This
storms
was a
right here.
friend who knows some folks who work for the county, so it's not like I heard it directly from any county official or
Well, it's
anybody
better than
like that.
me just seeing, Joe Blow on
There
Facebook
is some
posting
thunder
something
out
that's
there.
a little bit more official. So.
No, and it's always a process
Yeah.
to have all of this confirmed, but certainly good news down here in Tarrant County. I mean, there's almost no lightning with this. Cassie, check this out. I mean, we
Yeah.
do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Tarrant County, but go ahead and zoom into that, Jason.
What I was kind of looking
I mean,
at too.
my gosh, you talk about a storm falling apart. This is, I mean, we've seen this before, but this thing tracked 120 miles and then,
Just
I mean,
collapsed.
the lightning's almost gone, let
Yeah.
alone anything else.
I know,
Well,
it almost
I've been
doesn't even
seeing
look severe
some
because
lightning
before
actually.
that's come down. The more concerning storm right now, and it's not even severe. It's
Hang on. I gotta figure this out.
It's a bigger storm.
Hello.
In size-wise, coverage-wise, and there's just a ton more lightning. So, if we want to go ahead and show that Denton storm, so just north of there,
Denton.
Hey, let me do this. Look at that, and Zeke, I think Zeke's upstairs in the control room. Zeke, in just a moment, can you put up our Denton, our UNT tower cam? And Cassie, go ahead and talk about the radar before Zeke puts that up.
Well, I mean, just how it's almost taking up the whole county. I mean, everyone's getting rain and it's going to be loud. So I'm sure people are wondering what's going on and probably tuning in to see what the latest is. But I just want to reiterate.
Whoa.
I'm sorry?
Look at the camera.
Oh,
Look at
wow.
the rain.
Yes.
The rain,
Holy
the wind blowing
crap.
rain up there in Denton right now. That is one heck of a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
And if you notice that thunderstorm, because we can see all our different feeds here, that thunderstorm in Denton is kind of congealing into one right on top of that tower cam.
Yeah.
Can't even see
Yeah.
Hey, Zeke, can you do
anything.
a
Well, it
double
is
box
dark.
with
Is that the
camera?
rain and the
I know it might
wind?
take a second with that camera there.
I'm gonna
and
take
the
a look
radar.
outside my house real quick. Let's go take a look outside real quick. Hang on. What do we? Okay, so there's was that? Oh, there's lightning. Okay, so there's some thunder right there. But so far it's not looking too bad. So that's a relief. All right, we're gonna head back inside to the most magical room ever. My parents' room, that on an unmade bed. That's where we're going. That's where I've been tracking the weather. All right.
See, that's. I'll step out of the way. You put that camera back up for just a moment. Zeke, thanks for doing that, buddy. Put that camera up full.
Oh no! I
Be able to see the
think I accidentally turned off the laptop.
Training facility. But this is it. I mean, this is the one big thunderstorm right now, and then it's the one in Denton County. Okay, we're getting ready to go back on idle, guys. So, Jason, you want to show me a Metroplex, and how long do I have, Lee? 2:15 commercial break. Cassie, I don't even think that's 1 and 2 here anymore.
Yeah, don't do that. What did I? Well, at least it wasn't so abrupt, you know? What is this?
Well, hi, everyone. I'm
okay.
WFA Chief Meteorologist Pete Delkus.
Uh-oh. What do we have here?
The National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Denton County in north central Texas, western Collin County in north central Texas until 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 9:23 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Denton, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Denton, Fairview, McKinney, Crossroads, Louisville Lake, North Lake, Hickory Creek, Prosper, Dish, Flower Mound, Corinth, Murphy, Parker, Oak Point, Allen, Double Oak, Hackberry, Highland Village, Sanger, and Lakewood Village.
That's a lot of places.
This includes the following highways: Interstate 35 between mile markers 468 and 478. Interstate 35W between mile markers 68 and 85. Interstate 35E between mile markers 446 and 466. A tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time for north central Texas. For your protection, get inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows.
I'm gonna turn this up.
Tornado watch number 2.
There we go.
Temperatures have dropped pretty quickly over the last few minutes. You've picked up over an inch of rain. I mean, the storm has just congealed into one big blob on top of downtown Denton. So very, very heavy rain. We're not
Yeah, look
interrupting
at that.
We'll continue on WFA Plus, but right now back to Ryan Seacrest. Okay. So let's see here. Where are we now? I
Right.
have not heard of any significant damage. Again, we're looking at Denton County.
All right, let's
Cassie,
take
it's kind of
our
interesting here with this-
let's take our radars over to
Excuse
Denton
me.
County.
For Collin County,
Well,
it's
Denton.
kind of an odd deal to put that.
There is a Denton in the United Kingdom?
Collin County.
I'll be darned.
Let's
There's
go
a
back
lot
to
of
the radar.
there's a lot of Dentons in the United
Screens
Kingdom.
Here I'm looking at. You guys are only seeing the one I'm seeing on showing you on TV. But there's our Denton camera. Let's go back, Zeke. Let's go back to weather 49, if we could, please. It's kind of interesting. Isn't that odd that they included Collin County in that? I guess just out of an abundance of caution. Doesn't hurt.
The people are
Why
more
does this
because
laptop have to be so slow?
Kind of do their own thing, and it could weaken, and it's looking like the coverage is coming down a little bit, but it's still a very strong storm.
Yeah. And the quarter hail, the 60-mile-an-hour winds,
Yes.
certainly a concern. I don't know that we're seeing. Jason, what are the winds up there? Do you
Okay, we have a yellow dot and we have an orange dot and a yellow dot right there. What time is it? 8:28. 9:28. Gosh, I'm an idiot.
Blowing around, that's for sure. And it's going to make it really hard to see now that you see the sunset. And if
I
anyone's
want.
doing any
I hate this
traveling,
laptop. I'm gonna
visibility
I'm gonna
is really
smash
low,
it
which just
later.
makes it a dangerous storm on its own. Right now,
Okay, I won't
I don't
actually
even
do
see
that,
it,
but
Denton camera, it's actually showing gusts of 53 miles an hour, sustained wind at 31. So yeah, if we've got a 53, we've got a 60 in there somewhere. And we've also got a flash flood warning. It
Oh.
will be issued for Denton County as well. That's no surprise because these storms have not been moving very quickly. So we're just getting a ton of rain in a short period
and
of time.
you're gonna be expecting
There's just gonna
a
be
flash flood
flooding
with
issue. So
weather like
these storms are
that.
going to continue to move off to the east about 25 to 30 miles an hour. We're not concerned with the tornado at this point and this particular severe storm. Again, this is going to be for Collin and Denton County until 10:30. It's 9:30 right now, so we've got another hour to go. So they're also anticipating this storm to go on for quite some time. It doesn't look like it's dying by any means. In fact, Jason, we can go to one of my favorite products. Let's go to that Bill product and look at the storm strength. And it's showing that it weakened a little bit just south of Singer, and then just east of I-35, it looks like it's starting to strengthen again.
Uh-oh.
But the strong part of the storm, it is smaller, but it's right over a pretty populated area. So it's going to be right over Denton is where the strongest part of this storm is.
Oh.
It just continues, to move
The National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a flash flood warning for Denton County in north central Texas until 12:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 9:29 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across Denton County. Radar estimates up to 2 inches of rain have fallen this evening with rainfall rates of 1.5 inches per hour. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard, flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source, radar. Impact, flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas.
Whoa.
Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Denton, Louisville, Flower Mound, Coppell, The Colony, Corinth, Highland Village, Trophy Club, Lake Dallas, Sanger, Lake Louisville, Little Elm, and Prosper. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most of flood deaths occur in vehicles.
Alright. You heard him. Get to high ground, Denton and Louisville.
So
What does the radar say?
there's Corinth, there's Denton. The rotation, it's going to be right here. It's going to be right here. It's going to be west of Lincoln.
Lincoln.
So if I'm in Corinth or if I'm in Lincoln, I'm gonna be a little.
That says
concerned about
Lincoln
that.
Park,
Little Elm, there's
but I'll
Little
let it
Elm.
slide because you're a
Let's put
woman and I like
reflectivity
you.
mode on. And I want to see what this looks like.
Whoa.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of an inflow notch there. We have not seen any reports of a tornado. There's no tornado warning with this. But there is a little bit of an inflow notch. And there is a little
Hang
bit
on,
of
let's take a
going
look
up.
at the radar.
The heaviest of the rain is right on top of Denton. It is a severe storm. It is continuing to
Oh,
move off
yeah.
to the east.
Hang on.
There's Lincoln Park. And where we do have
That's-
a little bit of inflow.
Look at all of that red right there. This is
and
the storm.
eventually Little Elm, it looks like the area we're seeing a little bit more rotation.
That one here's Fort Worth,
Northwest.
Benbrook,
Little
North
Elm
Richland
is
Hills.
also going to be, it's almost moving, the rotations, it's moving east northeast. Let's put our hail product on. It looks like the hail sizes might be coming up
Ooh.
right over downtown Denton as well. Yeah, that's come up. That's come up because in the past, 15, 20 minutes or so, we were looking at pea size, dime size hail. Now we're looking at almost an inch hail. So this storm is starting to strengthen a little bit right over Denton. It's severe. We still have the severe thunderstorm warning until I believe it's 10:30, but it's starting to strengthen just east of Denton. And so now we could be seeing quarter-size hail within this storm. So now let's go back to reflectivity. And I want to look at that again.
Well, I guess that's just a center that I'm going to be able to get it.
I want to eventually. Okay. So this is the past hour. If we could put that on the last 30 minutes or so, we can take some of the lightning off. Because what I'm doing is I'm just going to be a little bit more concerned about what's going on right here. Because we've got a little bit of an inflow. You can kind of see that it's taking shape of almost a little bit of a hook. It's not
Hook?
well defined by any means. Still watching for anything.
Good news here.
Yes.
And I apologize if you said it. The thunderstorm warning for Tarrant, Johnson, Parker, and Hood has been canceled.
Okay.
Sweet!
Okay, great.
This is the only one out there right now.
Okay, let's go ahead and
Awesome.
kind of look at that storm again. Yeah, I'm not surprised. We were talking about how quickly that storm is weakening. So now we've got some showers. I'm sure we've got a little bit of.
Oh, Denton has. Oh, that's the flash flood warning.
Rain and look at the lightning. I only see a couple of lightning strikes at this point, and north of Benbrook. Yeah, the stronger part of the storm is going to be north of Benbrook. It's not even technically severe anymore. We're going to get. We already have at least some moderate rain over Saginaw, and then eventually making its way over towards DFW. But going back up to this one severe storm that is going to be over Denton right now. It's also headed towards Aubrey, eventually Little Elm. It looks like it's going to try to stay north of Louisville. But
Let's see
is
if the
rotating.
storm is
You can
successful.
clearly see that. You can kind of see the motion in this. That it's the rotating part's almost kind of moving northeast towards Highway 380. Jason, let's go ahead and put the velocity product back on. I'm curious what that started to, yeah. I would be concerned if I lived east of Denton towards Oak Point. Now let's put this into motion, maybe like the last 30 minutes, not the past hour, because I want to see how that's kind of coming up a little bit. That's okay.
All
It's
right.
there.
If
It's not
you,
strong. It's still
to the
strong.
one person watching this, if you want to continue watching
I'm in my-
the weather here, go to WFAA live DFW weather traffic info watches warnings across North Texas. You can just search up. What I did was I searched up tornado tracking Texas, and this is the one that I was watching right here, right there. So I'm gonna end the live stream right here. We had 2 new people join in, so if you want to continue watching the storm tracking, the one I was watching was WFAA, but you could take a look at Ryan Hall, David Raymer, I don't know how you pronounce that, but yeah, if you just want to, you could just search WFAA, and this will be the first thing you see right there. So, yeah, your
pet dreams of head scratches and treats. You dream of reliable pet care. Rover turns those dreams into
A Texas man says he's got a beef with Whataburger and he is suing the fast food chain. Demery Wilson says he suffered an allergic
Over some
reaction
onions?
from onions on his burger that he asked to be removed. According to his lawsuit, the Houston man
So, you had to sue Whataburger instead of taking the onions off your burger yourself.
In a separate court document and demanded strict proof. A Whataburger spokesperson says the chain does not comment on $10,000. Now, what?
You gotta be like, I don't know, a Karen or whatever. Something worse than I don't know what you would call it, but I don't know what you call it, but you gotta be a bad person to sue a fast food place just because they put onions on your burger when you didn't ask for them. Instead, what you could have done instead was just personally taken the onions off your burger yourself. Anyway, I'm done with the live stream. So, once again, I'm going to say this one more time, and then I'm going to hop off. If you want to continue watching the live radar that I was watching, search up WFAA.
Alright, and then also we just got...
Search up WFAA, but if you don't feel like checking them out, go to Ryan Hall or David Reamer. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. This was a pretty decent live stream. But yeah. We'll see y'all later. Goodbye.